every time I've seen either one of the Moody's, they've always been very even-tempered and just composed at the table, which is a key ingredient if you're going to stay in these tournaments. Because if you find yourself being two up or two down, that's going to take you out of your match. So these guys have the temperament. The family has the temperament for the sport for sure.
So we're getting ready to have our leg for the break. John's the lefty. He's got Moody on his back.
Rob. So we just got word.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam. Raphael Dabreo from Amsterdam, New York. So
now Moody wins the leg, and this is going to be, I believe, a race to 6. I think I might. In fact, I just saw John lose over there. He lost a match to was it Mr. Kang beat him?
Yes.
So I think this is a B-side match.
It is. I'm going to go ahead and change that.
John is breaking just the edge of his cue ball is about on the head spot. Watch the one ball. It's going to come up, went straight down the middle pretty much. He hit him a little hard. You see these 5 balls are up past the head string, and he also broke dry. Raphael has a shot on the one ball, I believe. Yeah, he has a major league opportunity here. The 4 ball is getting to the 3 is going to be the puzzle. He might play a little high right English, try to brush the 3 ball. No, he's going to be on top of the 10. No, he's okay. This is the shot right here. He might be playing the 3 ball all the way back in the side pocket. Draw it off that side rail and come back towards that middle diamond right where he's standing. Across, past the side pocket. He's got to hurry a little bit.
That's a pretty sporty shot there. I think he's there.
He's on the 50-yard line. That's hard. It's hard to say. My one disclaimer is, even with 60 years of experience, he called the bank. With 60 years experience, I can't quite see what Raphael or John is going to be seeing up there over the ball.
Mr. Metz, thank you for joining us this morning.
If he makes this bank, he'll catch the 5 and stay right there on the 4. Even had a helper on the 6. Nice. Now he's right in line. He is flush in line here. He's got angle going up table to the 5, and then he's going to have a natural to come back to the 6. The 7 and 8 are going to be the next obstacle in this. There you see he minimized cue ball movement. That's something I can't stress enough for any of the people. That's one of the differences with bar tables versus 9-foot tables. We try to minimize cue ball movement as much as we possibly can and play tighter angles, avoid those sharp angles. He'd like to actually get all the way back down near the 10. You see right where he's shooting, so he can play the 7, come off the top rail and get correct on the 8. He's going to have to come down pretty good ways from the 6 to the 7. Probably high left 2 rails. That's perfect. That's a beautiful shot there. That's textbook. He either plays the high left or he just draws the ball or punches the ball across. Oh, a little hesitation there. He punched it.
I think I would have elected to go up to to the short rail there. Made sure that I straightened out that angle a little bit. But that's all right. He needs to get back across table anyway.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Coming back, he could have fallen flat on the 8.
Yeah, I like that. Good call.
Nice play there. Perfect. Again, minimizing cue ball movement. Raphael Dabreo runs out. He makes that, gets perfect shape on that bank, and that cleared up the whole bowl of soup for him in that particular rack. So a 1-0 lead for Mr. Dabreo out of Amsterdam Billiards in New York. We have players from about approximately 7 states here that I'm aware of. Maryland, PA, Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Virginia, North Carolina, probably West Virginia. Wonderful field we drew. We have, I believe, 12 people left, 4 on the winner's side and 8 on the loser's side, or the B side. These 2 gentlemen, one of these are going to fall in 9th to 12th place. If let's see if he hits a medium. There's that 9 in the side. A little less than ideal, but he's at the table. He can control his destiny. Two plays. He can cut the 1 and try his best on this 1. Maybe play the 5 ball on the carom, but that leaves him in the soup. We'll see what he does. Probably safety. Oh, he didn't play this, did he? If he, this is call pocket. If John has the option of whether to have him shoot again or not. I do believe, if that's how they're playing.
Yeah, that's the case. John could definitely give this back.
I'd have to give that back. Because his cue ball's headed into the side. Even though he can hide behind 6, 8, and 10. John indeed elected to give it back.
What do you think about giving that back there, George? Would you give that back? What do you think is the safety play here?
The safety play is catch it as full as you can and draw it just above the side pocket and try to come back next to the 4. Because the one ball should hit the 6. And
You could use the 2 as cover too as well, right?
Possibly, yeah. He's got about a half the ball, I'd say.
They went for the make.
Went for the make and didn't get the cake. But he was there if he made the ball. But he didn't quite get there, so here's a touch shot. That's gone. I believe that the shot was to play for the corner and not the side. Playing for the side pocket was folly, in my humble opinion. Not because this happened, but he had a lot of margin for error if he went past the 4 ball.
So Josh Parks had an interesting question. I think this is what BJ was alluding to, is if John Moody would have called safe
and made the ball.
If Raphael would have called safe, and still made a ball, would Mr. Moody still be able to give it back to him?
No, I believe, and I'm not even 1,000%, but I can tell you this, that and you call safe and pocket the ball, you've forfeited your turn at the table, even if it was a good hit.
Right, and so the incoming player would not have the option to give it back to you.
Right. Only on a push or a bad hit. But that's a ticklish question.
Yeah, I know that's subjective. This has come up before, and I've heard it in the rules conversations before.
Because if I'm playing straight pool, for example, another pocket game, I can pocket a ball and call safe, and I don't and I relinquish my turn at the table,
Yes.
and there's no negotiation. The man can't tell me shoot again.
Well, I'm familiar with the pocket safe call in 8-ball and how that works, and I understand player option in this situation. I think that's where we're talking about is the combination of player option and call shot. So if you're calling your shot and you call safe, make a legal hit, and pocket a ball,
That's it.
Can John get it back? And I think the answer is no, right?
No. That was a real nice shot there, incidentally. This guy can play some. He wouldn't be here unless he could.
I think that's exactly, Josh. That's a similar question that what BJ was having a conversation with us about in his match. So I think you're onto something there, sir.
Two to nothing in favor of Mr. Dabreo.
Moody to break, down by 2. Excuse me.
Good break shot. The 2-3 are tied up there, but
No worries, buddy. It's empty. Thank you.
Can I talk to you a minute?
Yeah.
well, a kick shot here. Probably, he might be able to catch a little thin layer of paint on the one, a little yellow. Might have a direct shot at it. He called the side pocket. He's gonna jump, but even making this ball, I wouldn't see much of a reward. Even if he did pocket it, he'll end up with only a kick safe on the deuce. See, in 9-ball, there is no call ball in 9-ball anyway, so that's a moot point. You see, now we're playing a call ball rotation game, which makes all the difference in the world. But, oh, that jumped out of the pocket and going back in, right where he called it. Right where he called it. It's the same rules. In other words, he called the side pocket, it jumped, it hopped out, and it spun back and went in the pocket. And he went where he called it.
I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll get a clarification on the rule in a minute. I'll have Brian come over here and speak to that rule, and that will settle it for what it is for the tournament.
Because each tournament is going to have a different set of rules, and I played and competed in a 10-ball tournament a few years ago in Richmond.
Where it's call shot, call safe, right? Call shot, call safe.
But let's say you call the 2-ball in the corner pocket, miss and you don't pocket the ball, make a good hit. your opponent could have you shoot again
Oh, because you missed the pot.
because you missed the pot. Right. You see, and we didn't get home.
That's an odd game.
We didn't get home until like 4 a.m. Monday morning. It just took forever.
Yeah, I think I would have just went to sleep.
A lot of people did. They tried to play the traditional rules of 10 ball, which were, and these have been modified rules in order to permit large fields to play in 16 hours. 128 player field like this, 100 plus player field. But I played a tournament like that in Richmond. It was a Virginia State 10 ball. It was about 4 years ago. This ball might go past the 3 ball, and John has an opportunity here. Just go into the 6 and bump the 6 out. Oh, he's going to try to get him on 3 fouls. 3 consecutive fouls by the same player in the same game will constitute loss of game. But you see, the rules are the same for everybody, is all I could say. And some tournaments I've just seen flat out slop 10 ball too. No good.
Nice effort.
This looks like a.
So I just got back. Does John have him on 2?
Yeah, Raphael's on 2 whacks,
Okay.
2 chuckles. Oh, he ain't gonna pocket
So
this
what he's
ball.
going to do is pocket the 2 and maybe play safe off the 3.
But the 3s looks like it's frozen.
It's going to be difficult to pinch that 3 ball by the 6, right?
No, from the other side, but and play like a Z shot and come across. Don't kiss the 5, but you got to get right on the 3. It's a tough run out.
Well, I'm thinking if you're John, you have Raphael on 2. You have the 6 ball right there. Ideally, you'd be able to pocket the 2 and then play safe off the 3 and even pinned up on the 6. But I don't see an option there.
Well, you see, when you take, and William, that's valid, and again, with this debate that the traditional 10 ball takes the rolls out of the game, that would bring the space between better players from the inferior players even greater, and the fields would shrink. And they don't want small fields. They want 100-player plus fields like we got.
There's the shot.
No, that's no good. He's giving up the side rail. That's useless.
Yeah, you also have the bottom rail to help. So you go to the side rail, and if you catch that bottom rail, you're almost certainly going to hit the 2.
Plus he has to notify his man that he's on 2 fouls.
That's true too. Yes, true.
You get, yeah, and but that again is you're going to have the same people all the time in the final 8, and after a while the interest will lag. But in this bar table game, a lot of these guys that are dangerous and playing the low mid 600s can compete with these guys that are in the 7 to 750 area.
Especially with the short races, when races the 7, 6, etc.
Alternate break where you can't string
That's
racks. they're trying to make it as attractive as to many players that want to play. That's how tours died. It's the same people kept winning.
Yeah, yep.
That was almost like dogging a 9-ball. Moody not getting his man on the 3 fouls.
Yeah.
But this is a good bank coming back at him, but no position. This is an 80% bank for him if he played it.
So what do you think? That was sort of a half-hearted attempt at that too, or you think he was trying to pocket it?
He's
Or he's playing more of a safe shot there?
now what he's doing is he's playing a disrupt game.
Yeah.
In other words, this guy's in stroke, and he's trying to get this guy out of stroke by having him pushing balls around.
You got
That
the
happens-
6 there covering the face of the 3.
That happens playing that 1 hole a lot. People get so out of stroke from pushing and chopping balls around.
Well, while we're on that topic, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten situations where I'm playing 8-ball, and you start getting in situations where you're dinking balls around because the racks don't lay for yourself to run out. And then when you finally have to open up, especially on a 9-foot table, and you have to open up a stroke, it isn't there.
And the pockets look like pinheads. And you get a case of the whiskeys shooting at some of these balls. Oh, he tried to 2-rail it. Isn't that a shame that here he is, have a guy on 2 fouls, and in 2 innings later, his opponent has ball in hand on the same ball that he played safe on. That's
You don't see that much.
here though. He might be playing to go into the 6.
I think you have to. I don't think you want to try to aim for that little window above the 6.
No. Or see if he tries to roll it onto the short side, he's got to be about straight in, and position on the next ball is,
That's
yeah,
a nice shot.
that's
more
a
angle
good
than you
shot.
want, but still a good shot.
Frozen, I think. His high right ball.
Sean Wilkie, Thomas Haas. Sean Wilkie, Thomas Haas. 24.
So we just heard Sean Wilkie and Thomas Haas being called to the table.
The other 2 left in the undefeated side, I believe, are Kang, a young man we saw last night, Mr. Kang from New York, and Tom Zippler. I think that's the other Final Four match on the winner's side. I might be misguided in that call, but that I know Zippler is in the Final Four for sure. He shared with me that he was given the match 7-6. The guy missed the out on the hill for Hill for him to advance to the Final Four,
So
and
you're
that's
saying he was fortunate?
fortunate. A big swing, because that guaranteed him 5th, 6th rather than 9th, 12th.
Right.
In the keyhole,
Window. Yeah.
he does have a
So I think John could even pot this ball.
Please come over and get signed up, get registered so we can get a list together. Please avoid the tournaments that are going on right now on your way out. Enter the stage on the right.
I see they got cones up on tables so that people can't jump up and in between tables. That's a good move.
Well, it certainly helps to keep the flow moving. You're up here at the finals and getting towards the finals. You don't want these people are paying for this cash to be interrupted by people that aren't involved in the tournament.
Sure. I'm trying to see what sort of shot that. Oh yeah, he's got to go a little bit past the 6. Just like that. Now he's got a little punch gap between the 8 and 9. His one danger is not to get too straight on the 7. Like this.
Just draw back and play the 8 in the side, left side.
That's going to be the best he could hope, because or he can go forward and play for the 8 to the top right corner on the screen and shoot and stop. He's gonna. I don't know what he's gonna do. I think he's gonna just go. He played the punch, 8 in the corner.
8 in the corner, yeah.
Good shot. That's picture. He's got the correct angle. He isn't going towards the 9. If anything, a little away from it. Draw back an inch. Good shot. A slight bit of high left. Straight in.
All right, so Raphael Dabreo, 3-0 over John Moody, heading into Game 4. If you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart. I'm here with George Hammerbacher, and we are covering the first annual B&L 10-ball open, $5,000 added. And we're here at Center Pockets in Bowie, Maryland. I think we're down to the final 8.
12. I think they're 12.
Yeah.
You got 8 on the winner's side, 8 on the loser's side rather, and 4 on the winner's side.
Down to
These
the final 12.
Final 12, and in the final 4 on the winner's side include Sean Wilkie, Thomas Haas, Tom Zippler from Harford County, Maryland. I don't know who Tom I think has to play
We'll look.
Mr. Kang, I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. Kang Lee, yeah.
Kang Lee.
That's right. That's a beautiful break. Oh, but the 7 went up above the side pocket, and that was a good break shot. He just might have caught it a little too hard or a little too full. The break shot is a very precise beast on this table.
Mr. Ortiz, thank you for joining us.
Yes, indeedy.
You know Madison Ortiz, Mr. Ortiz?
I can't say I do,
Right.
but needless to say, glad you could stop in, and we're down to the final 12 players here, and that's the we had the one loss side play out, and that 4 people were eliminated, and left. Oh, the hammer knows me if he sees me. Okay. Okay, well, I will stand corrected.
Mr. Ortiz, we have to talk. I have to find out about Cusco. We were talking about that last year, and we're coming up with the JP Newt, and might be interested in that live scoring system. So reach out to me.
Yes.
Jerry, there is a bracket. Give me one moment. I'll post it for you.
This is a critical game for John. Raphael will have to draw his ball back or maybe just stick right on the spot. Well, this is a shot that he might see himself cutting the 3 with the right English, coming off the inside of the 9 and floating up to the 4. Now, nice touch.
My pleasure, Jerry. Enjoy the stream.
After this round, you'll have 4 people eliminated, and then you'll start to go up the ladder. Good shot. This guy can play.
Just drift down on the pro side of the 6 ball.
He's he's got to watch it. He doesn't go up the inside of the 9.
Oh, okay, nice shot.
That's a good shot. See, if he would have flipped the inside of the 9, he could have found himself on that top cushion, and been in a tough spot. But now he's going to have to put lots of left English and kill the pill here.
He didn't really kill it there.
Yes,
like
he did.
Yeah.
That was a big angle. He didn't even think about the side. It was much too much. He's still got a slight off angle on the 7. He might play a little left center and try to play a little hook draw into this 7 and hold it there. See how he's cueing? He's cueing bottom and ever so slightly left to center. So that they change the angle of contact coming in on that ball ever so slightly. Probably draw his rock to the side rail, go across the face of the ball with the bottom right. Shouldn't be going down table. Good shot. He's got a perfect half ball shot, and the speed angle will carry him almost right back where he is. He should be very close to straight in on the 10 with just a normal, easy stroke. Hopefully I didn't put the announcer's curse on him. Yeah, he did hit that good. He went 2 rails and player's choice, he got straight in on the 10. Literally, he just stopped right on the money there. 4 games to nothing. Raphael Dabreo from the Amsterdam Billiards in New York. Taking John Moody 4-0 here in a race to 6. Very tough spot to be in, to be in an alternate break format and stuck 4-0 in a set like this. Very tough. I'd like to thank a bunch. This is the Think Tech Maryland streaming. Wayne Everhart and his delightful Miss Kelly Daniel are the operators of this situation. Miss Gina Cunningham of the Keller Williams Integrity Real Estate Group. Thanks a bunch for your support. Baltimore City Q's. He hit him too hard again. He had about 7 balls jump upstream. If I sound like a broken record, that's what I'm seeing here. These guys gotta just not hit those breaks that hard. There's about, I'm sure 80 or 90% of these people are strictly big table players. That this is competition and terrific equipment. They weren't going to be playing on tables built to Venn quarters. These tables here, these diamonds, are 4.5-inch pockets, and you got to make the ball in the hole here. I looked at this table here. This table has got plenty of bite in it. In other words, it's not smooth and slick, but it's in prime playing condition. He might be trying to play the bank past this 5 ball. No, not from the practice stroke. He might, I don't know. If that ball passes the 5 ball for the bank, he's looking at it. TTMD, baby. All right. Has a speed trooper.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful shot.
Very nicely done. He had good margin for error in there. He had about almost a 6 to 8 inch square box to put that in. But he still hit it good. And John almost has to sell out a shot unless he gets lucky.
You called it, George. Well, I think
he got a little lucky.
Yeah, he got a little lucky.
But
brings the scratch in play on a good hit here, if you're not careful.
He can just shoot and stop and try to bank that ball up and stick behind the 10.
Yeah, so basically cross the 2-ball table, bring the cue ball to the left long rail, and then back under the 10 for some draw.
I've been hitting them from time to time, Eddie Friedman, old buddy of mine from the old Gentleman's Queue in Pikesville, Maryland. Eddie, a forever,
I like that shot. Good shot.
forever lifer, lover of the game. Still scratches him around a little bit, playing one pocket. Me, I'm just hitting enough balls to be able to show people what to do, when to do it, and hold on to some credibility. That's a good shot there. Good high percentage pocket billiards there. He had all kinds of balls to hide behind. But if he spins this sharp with two rails, comes in behind it like he's looking, he might turn this one around. Lots of right English. He's got to dig his rock here a bit. Oh, he did. The ball deflected and he made a bad hit.
Just hooked on him a little bit too early. Just didn't give it enough borrow.
The 7-8 looked like a good playing combo. John hadn't made too many balls in this set. He's only made about a half a dozen total balls in this entire set. He needs this to let his stroke out a bit.
Get some confidence.
Yeah. He gets a correct angle on the 6 to the 7-8. He's
plenty of work to do here for sure.
Yeah. He's going to shoot the 4 of the pink, and he might get a drift angle, not come off the rail angle. He's got to come all the way back and get a drift angle. Got to hurry a little. That's just fair. He needed about another turn to make that a... He can pull that over, though. Watch the 9 ball. Good shot. 3 rails, back and forth and back again. You can't try to lag this ball. You're going to have to hit this with authority and let it come back 1, 2, 3 rails and then back all the way back to the 7. You try to lag that ball, you usually end up on the 50-yard line if you make it. If he's shooting it. He tried to break him, and that was pretty hard to do, to get in between the 7 and 8 and not hit either one of them. This ball could be a cross-corner bank and shoot and stick.
I think that's what you shoot, the cross-corner bank, and if you miss it, you try to miss it pro side. Leave it on the short rail.
Yep. That's what he called. He's called cross-corner. A lot of times a double kiss is what's going to happen on this shot.
I think a little bit of low left.
Remember, he's coming off the cushion, so that's going to get accentuated. Watch the double kiss. Yeah, nice call. That was right. That was a real close hit. But like I tell all the students and aspiring players that are listening, anytime you get a close hit like that and you're not sure and it means something, especially, call a neutral third party or a tournament director. That way you avoid all misunderstandings. Otherwise, any questionable hits always go to the shooter. I'm glad to hear Joe's doing good. Eddie's son Joe developed into a pretty good player. Apple didn't fall that far from the tree, Eddie.
So simple safety, just putting that 7 ball in the opposite long
Nice
rail.
touch.
Yeah.
Nice touch to freeze him on the rail. John's going to just smoke this ball. And the cue ball is going to have the follow, and he's going to call the arresto rock boy. Ball's going to arresto rock with the follow. Full hit like this. Good shot. 8's frozen too, or close enough. Big game for John, just to win a game and start to get it stretching a little bit. We're going to have to bank another one. He's struggling.
Just can't get in any rhythm.
Right, well, that was a tough out.
Yeah, no question.
Raphael is making him sing for his supper.
Well, you know how it is, George. When you're struggling, it just seems like everything just becomes that much more difficult. Makeable balls are makeable, but
Good
they're odd
shot,
angles
John. Nice classy bank from
Yes,
John.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And get up on board. John Moody gets on board. He trails 4 games to 1 against
Race to 6.
in a race to 6. But that's still, if he happens to win this game and then breaks and runs out, it's 4-3, just like that.
Folks, I'm going to go ahead and put a registration page up for the Bob Stocks Memorial. I'm going to put the link in the page along with our player list. If you're interested, go ahead and just visit the site and sign up there.
Look at this break shot. He might be able to skin the one. Made a real strong break. Made a couple balls, both in the side pocket. He might come in on the short rail. He's gonna watch it hit, and he's gonna have it on replay on his high-tech device there. He calls the corner pocket. Let's see. Good hit all the way. But there's good news and there's bad news. Good news was it was a good hit and he made the ball. Bad news is there's a lot more pocket billiards to be played. The side pockets in his, he's going to go rail first in front of the side pocket. Play a skip shot, like he's underhanding a stone across the pond. He's going to hit this ball with a low sliding hit so that the ball skips instead of really rebounds. I believe that's what he's going to do. That'll cause this ball to fan out a little more than it would be otherwise. He's going to roll it on the bottom and play a skipper.
Oh, just missed it.
He had spin on the ball. That was a mistake. He tried to spin the ball, and that was why he went wide. If he'd have just hit it low center, he'd have been right on the cheese there. Big game for John. John could win this game and break and run or something. He'll give Raphael a tussle. Dennis Hatch, oh, right. He said you needed more spin. He spun, looked like he spun wide on it, Dennis. But Dennis is a top professional player forever and ever.
Mr. Hatch, thank you for joining us today. Hope you're enjoying the stream.
I first saw Dennis Hatch down on the Florida tour in the mid-late 1980s, and he was traveling with his father and his uncle around to those weekly tour stops run by the redheaded girl, Corinne Hoffman.
Dennis, you still have an invitation to the Bob Stocks. If you're interested.
Corinne Hoffman, yeah. Her sister was Bonnie, who played on the WPBA tour. Yeah, I remember you. I remember you got to the finals of the U.S. Open. You're still a then sort of a guy, I believe, Dennis.
So John Moody Sr. looking to crawl within two.
And be on the break and be right back in this match. Good shot from John, and now John trails 4-2, and he's on the break. We were down there playing at Boca Billiards when I first met you in Boca Raton, Sid Banner's place. I played your dad. Your dad, I think his name was Greg.
I'm like sitting here in amazement at George's recollection of just about every tournament that he's ever been in.
That was they were playing on those Soren Sogard tables, those heated bed tables, the Swedish tables that might have had 2-inch thick slate on them. Those were monsters.
All right, John Moody to break, down by 2. Or a race to 6. 4 games to 2.
Oh, look at this. He's got them all spinning in, but he's
wow.
flushed behind the 7. That
just takes the wind right out of you, don't it? I mean,
these were all tap-ins if he had a shot on the trade ball, but unfortunately, see, the push-out is very, very tenuous because The 4 is just a gimme. If he gets any kind of shot on the 3, he'll push down to parallel bank, I think. I can't say, Juan. Thanks, Linda. I can remember all that stuff, but 15 seconds ago can still elude me. All right. I always appreciate a good move.
BJ Ussery, Paul Crimes.
Give me just a second, Dennis. I'll take a look.
Table 11.
Paul Crimes is getting ready to tee it up with BJ Ussery. He just got called. Just got called to the table. BJ,
Justin Miller lost to Paul Crimes 6-4, so he's out. Justin Mueller lost 6-4 to Paul Crimes.
There are, I think, 8 players left after this round. I believe that Dennis Hatch finished second in the U.S. Open like a few years after I met him. He fouled that with his stick.
It's not all ball fouls.
Not all ball fouls, unless it interfered with a rolling ball. And then of course, Raphael could have put the ball back where as near as he could to the spot. I believe that's the...
Yeah, and sometimes you have to be a little cautious with that because people take advantage.
Of course they will. 2 rails. Oh, that's going to hurt him. This is just lay on the rail, and you'll just fall right up on the 7. Roll the 7 to the 8 on the short side.
So the gentlemen were just having a conversation about the scrub ball there, and I think these guys were feeling that it was more important to not quibble, and they both smiled, shook their heads, and just moved on.
Why all that? He actually can get to play the 8 in the same pocket now, which is he's actually got to be a little more precise like this. He did a good job. He'll just probably roll forward. I don't see any percentage in trying to punch it past the 9 because he's a little in between. That's correct. He had a little bit of inside turn on the ball make sure it got away from the 9. Thanks, John. Thank you, Mr. Shea. Thank you very much for your kind words.
5-2, Raphael Dabreo over John Moody on a race to 6.
That was a tough setback for Mr. Moody. He had gotten good safety, a good move, and had the momentum starting to shift his way, and then it got away from him.
You just had a feeling if he could have pulled that rack off, he would. Well, you got Raphael breaking now, but you just had a feeling John was starting to get a little momentum, starting to feel a bit more comfortable.
John is the type of player that can keep you sitting for an hour when he gets going. I've played him several times. I'm not sure. No, I don't know what the score of Sean and Thomas Haas are. Not. They've been playing a while, I know.
So, Josh, we're looking at getting live scoring for our events coming up. So we'll be talking to Mr. Ortiz, see if we can get that Cusco going. And we would love to have live scoring at all of our events that we cover.
There's both balls go in the side, but unfortunately, his play on the 1 ball is a defensive shot, I would think.
Got to be careful not to foul here. If you're going to hit that ball and address it low, a lot of times that cue ball draw right back into the tip of your cue.
I got him flicking the ball up table and trying to get behind the 2 ball.
It's coming awful direct at it.
That's too direct. Almost has to sell out a shot here. Or at least he sold out a hit. He might get caught on the 3 ball here if he tries to thin this ball.
Man, how'd he hit it?
Oh my goodness.
How'd he hit that ball? Oh, give him a roll.
I think he might have to call the carom man here on the 10, send the deuce up table and sit chilly with his cue ball on the rail if he decides to.
Chance to sign up for short rack 8 ball. If you're not paid, you're not in the tournament.
I wonder if that short rack 8 ball they're describing as Hurricane 8 ball, where they play with 4 stripes, 4 solids, and the 8 ball and a 9 ball rack.
Yep, Hurricane 8 ball, right? Hurricane. Yeah.
Hurricane 8 ball. I played that in the Midwest. Played a tournament like that in Nebraska. Well, I don't know how many places I played. It looks like he is playing. He is going to try to play a carom, I think.
All 3 of his team together. One friend won. I took second. The other guy took 4th.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he caught it too full, and he's going to still make Raphael make a ball, but Raphael could fall on a bank.
going to try to draw this ball and try to get above the 3. You got to be careful not scratching the side here.
He's going to punch it to parallel to the bank, I believe. He ain't going to try to do anything too piggy with this. Not in this spot. Wow. How fast
That's
that
pretty good
played.
control of the rock right there, buddy.
Yeah. This looks like I'm going to be saying my litany in a minute. And you know what that is, don't you? The condemned man ate a hearty meal. This looks like these old New York guys call Cosmos. He'll go forward a little bit. In all probability, this is a player's choice. He either goes to the rail or he just punches to the middle of the table. This is all center diamond position. Hit center diamond and come cross table center diamond. Off with the heads. Mr. Raphael Dabreo from New York City defeats Mr. John Moody of lately Cambridge, Salisbury, Maryland, the Eastern Shore by a score of 6 games to 2.